Well, welcome everybody, and welcome to the Master Heart family. And oh, goodness gracious, you are going to love this. We're going to expand our imaginations today. And in fact, before we start, I want you to think about to gather a mental picture of what you desire.
Mm.
And once we imagine it until it's written in our mind, that then it'll be in our life. And to be thinking about what does what's a what is that future for you? Use your imagination to think about the future. And Shell had her every Monday or Tuesday. She sends out her newsletter, and I send it out to all of the people on my email as well. And today she was talking about how she really enjoys cleaning for the elderly, and how she was thinking, wow, I should have a company. And so she's using her imagination. I could have a company to do that. And then who would run it? And next thing she knows, she attracts a person, I think your daughter, that who could run it. And it's like, this is how it is. Anything we imagine, we can have. Most of us have been told, though, to imagine and prepare for and guard against a whole bunch of stuff we don't want. I mean, literally, since we were kids, don't talk to strangers, and so we have been surrounded by this misunderstanding of life. And that with our imagination, which is God's playground, isn't that great? God just loves us expanding our imagination, because that's how we literally put the growth, put the eternity into us, all humanity, and all that is. It's just incredible who we are and the importance of each one of us because of this growth that we use, and we use it but through the expansion of our thoughts, our imagination, through the expansion of our feelings. So I'd like you to just take a second and just think about, what would that ideal life be for you? Just think about that. So, would it be to grow a big business? Would it be to um, be just in a state of joy all the time, to be the happiest person in the world? uh, what does that success look like to you? And with money on it, that, remember, money is just a wonderful, beautiful gift from God. So you want to include that with lots of money. Money gives us more choices, more variety. That's what it's there. And there's all the money that you could ever want. But you just have to be dreaming about that. You have to be gathering a mental picture of the abundant life. So maybe that's what you want. What is the abundant life? We have all been promised the abundant life. Most don't live that way. So how do we have the abundant life? What does that, and we ask for the abundant life, but what does that look like for you? And when I say that does anybody have something that comes to mind, that on what an abundant life would be? Yeah, James, you're unmute yourself.
For me, Dr. Hank, I would say I would like the extra funds,
Yeah,
the extra monies. I don't
yeah,
need to be, I don't need to be super wealthy. I don't need to have Jeff Bezos's, solid gold yacht. I just would like enough wealth so my mom doesn't pass away an old maid. So I can send her to Italy a few more times.
yeah,
I'd like to
yeah.
be in good health. I'd like my family to be in good health. And I'd like the rest of the world to be in good health and prosperous as well. That's my ideal dream.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And the only thing that I would say to leave out of the equation is the stuff that you don't want. Like, oh,
Right.
I don't want the gold boat or whatever, because hey,
Right.
whatever, and it's
Yeah,
just like,
that's out of the equation. I don't need that.
right, exactly. And so when we think about what we want, we just want to add in, yeah, all those great things. And I love that on your mother going to Italy a few more times. Yeah. And so I want more than enough. And that may be something that you want to all include there. I want more than enough. Okay. Our cup overfloweth, but we don't want to limit it. And so then
Right.
I want more than enough. Yeah, that's beautiful, James. Thank you. Anybody else have a thought on that? Hey, Joe. Joey, we've been missing you, baby.
I am missing you guys too. You know, I want to impact millions of people's lives
Wow.
with my walk in this world.
Wow.
You know, now after I'm gone from this place, I want my works to live on and stuff like that. And you talked about more than enough, and I always picture taking my motorcycle, filling both back bags, the hard case bags, with stacked full with $100 bills, and just
great.
take off and go give it all away.
Yeah, that's
you
great.
know, and people that come across things like that, just it just feels so it's a way to utilize abundance to bring me joy in my heart. And that's really what I'm looking for, is to live joyfully within my heart.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, your soul rings true to that. It says, yeah, I love that joyfulness. So, I just want all of us to be thinking about, gee, what is that ideal life that I'm looking for? What is that mental picture of what I desire? And then when you imagine it and just continue to think about it, and it'll absorb in your subconscious mind. In other words, your subconscious is kind of God in action, making it happen for you. And then it will. And whatever you can imagine, you'll see in your life. But it's about, and oh yeah, and then I have from Shell, she says, and don't think about the how. Yeah, because, well, how can I do that? How can you have money bags in the back of your cycle, Joey? And it's not about the how. It's, this is what I want. And actually, just about everything that we want and everything that you all that you're thinking, we actually have. Joey actually could get the money and put into those motorcycle things. And so we could all be in a state of joy right now. And so it's like, wow. And that's what we're here for, is to help to kind of turn around the ship. The ship's been pointing in the wrong direction on things we don't want, and to be guarded and whatever. And it's like, no. I want the abundant life. That's what I want. Yeah, beautiful. And so with that, any other, and so let's and we'll go back to our imagination. And we're going to do it a little bit differently this time, that I'm going to actually pray for us, for you, and do a prayer for you in our meditation at the end, all about our imagination, and using different words and thoughts that we've never heard before, that I've channeled from the divine, and the divine has given me for all of us. And so, but with that, hey, what's the miracles? What's going on? What are the happy times? Who has to share some wonderful things going on in their life? Who wants to start? Hey, Mr. Zoom user Steven.
How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing fantastic, and let love, peace, and light just reign upon our world every day and from each and every one of us.
Yeah,
So,
beautiful.
miracles, as I connect the dots and everything's a blessing, I went a little bit outside my box because I wanted to go broaden it, because everything is a blessing, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What if every type of challenge we've had in our life has really been guided by our guardian angels, spirits, whatever you want to say, for our protection instead of rejection? And
Yeah.
really hit me heavy this weekend. I don't know why. I've just been getting some heavy downloads and some things that
Cool.
happen in my life, which is amazing. And I get I'm
Yeah.
2 weeks out, and I get to share something fantastic with all of you that I cannot wait to tell you guys all. It's been bugging me for so long, but now I got to finally tell you in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
But
Stephen even texted me and said, "Man, I can't wait to be in the Master Hawk family today to share."
I know, and I was held back just a tiny bit, but it's a good one. But just connecting the dots, and isn't it amazing how much protection we really do have in our life? And nothing's been so bad that we cannot get through it. It might
Yeah.
have taken a little bit out of us more than we would like to, but we've made it through the hardest times of our life so far, and we need to keep on striving. And God's watching, and He's proud in each and every one of us. And just so happy to share that with y'all, that today is a beautiful Monday morning miracle. How about that?
We'll take it. We'll take it. And my only little on that, we really don't have to be protected from anything. It's
Right.
that we create it. So we call forth the good people or the bad people. We call it all depends on what we're thinking about. And that's why every day I just call forth the beautiful people. And then they all show up like each one of you and like you, Stephen, the beautiful people. Yeah.
That's great.
Beautiful. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Other thoughts? It's a miracle to be alive and well today. You bet. Other miracles, Joy?
Oh, there's always miracles around us. I mean, just working on my book and things unfolding and flowing, and it's just amazing. Um,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, just everything is just amazing when I allow to see it. It's really my perceptions. It's
Mhm.
always amazing. I just sometimes choose not to see it as such.
Yeah.
Right.
And at any time I could start my day over, and all I gotta do is, I mean, even like, sometimes I'll ask myself, what are my blessings? And before I even finish the statement, they're already coming to mind and I'm seeing them and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's just
What a great question. Yeah. What are the blessings? Love it. And your book, huh? That's
mhm.
your patented process. You're writing your book, and that we've had more and more of us have been able to write books. And Shell wrote a book, and you're writing a book, and it's like wow. And that's one way to get your vision and what your imagination was. I want to impact the world, and so now you have something that even after you transition, if you will, back to the non-physical, that you'll be able to your teaching will go on.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of funny, Dr. Hank, because as I'm writing it, you start with, where I started from, the humble beginnings in Detroit, Michigan, and struggle. And I'm kind of going through this stuff, and then I'm looking at like the way I live today.
mm,
I don't ever have a reason to complain about anything today. When I
yeah,
look at where things were and where I've been brought to, it's unrealistic.
mm,
There's no way I could have, Michelle said that about the how. There's no way I could have detailed out the how that was going to happen and everything.
yeah,
And it does seem unrealistic, but it happened.
yeah,
And if it happened for me, it can happen for any and everybody else too.
yeah. You almost are. It almost seems like impossible. That gee, how
Yeah.
could I, actually be happy? How can I be realize that I'm blessed every day? How can I be thankful and appreciate waking up in the morning? It's like yeah, it's just everything is a blessing. It is all our perspective and how you look at it. That
Yeah. I
I
remember
don't know that
I remember I was like
yeah,
12 or 13 years old. I don't remember the age.
yeah,
I just did a live on this yesterday, but I was 12 or 13 years old. And I remember this thought came to me. What if God experiences the human condition through my life? And
mm,
like, I didn't really know. I wasn't even wet behind the ear. I was still wet behind the ears back then, at 12 or
yeah,
13 years
yeah,
old. But I knew the struggle that I experienced was real. I knew for me, for my family, for
mhm,
extended family, for neighbors where I grew up, it was like continuous like that. And
mhm,
And then when I was in my early 20s, that question pissed me off. It stayed with me, and it stayed with me my whole life, but that in my 20s, that question really irked me, I should say. I'm sorry. And because I couldn't break it at all.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons that dove me into this. And I look at it today and I think, man, God gets to experience the human condition through joy, through a lot of laughter, through heartfelt actions and excitement and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing who I get to be today,
Well,
which is just me.
yeah.
But it's
Big
also
you.
me.
Yeah.
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 Big you. James, yeah. Unmute.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I was going to do. So just to speak briefly, I wanted to say something different about a miracle, but just to speak
Okay.
briefly to your question, Joseph, about that's something I wondered for a long time too,
Mm.
and to a point, like I had the answer right away, like this question of does God identify and relate to how we feel, and I felt like right away when I was a fundamentalist Christian, yeah, I could go, yeah, of course, because he became a human, and that kind of tucked it all and wrapped it all night. You had it all handed to me in a package and a bow. And then, like after a while, when I deconstructed from Christianity, and not to, I mean, some people here may be a Christian, and that's fine by me. I totally accept you, and I have no problem with that. There are just some things with that particular faith and religion that I have a particular hard time with, but that's me personally. However, I believe that God actually sees our lives through our eyes.
Mm.
Kind of like the quote goes from Superman. My life, when Jor-El said, "My life shall be seen through your eyes, and your life shall be seen through mine." So goes the ancient Kryptonian prophecy. And I literally believe that when we're suffering, or someone is causing us to suffer, that God is seeing through our eyes, and he's looking to them, and he's looking at them through our eyes, seeing the look on their face at us, and he's like, but why? Why are you doing this? Why are you looking at my child with such an utter look with an anger on your face or disgust on your face when they've done nothing wrong? But you'll get your comeuppance for that. You'll get a talking to for that, or you'll have to live 3 more lifetimes before coming to paradise for that. And the light that you see when you exit this life, that tunnel of light will be your entrance into another life form. It won't just be the light to paradise. One day you'll get there, yeah, but it's going to take you some time because you're treating my child with such disrespect like you treat everybody else. And I can imagine for you, Joseph, the reason that question irked you in your 20s is probably because you were highly misunderstood, and you got treated and hammered like garbage for a while in your 20s. I wouldn't be surprised to hear you say that. I'm not trying to judge you or anything. I just wouldn't be surprised.
It wasn't that at all, though.
Well,
It
Well,
was a fact of
what took
it
you
was
off
a
about
fact
that question?
it was a
yeah.
fact of my programming led me to believe I was somebody I wasn't, and things were not available to me.
Right.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. So it
Well,
was just a misunderstanding. The word sin is actually a archery term back in Christ's time, meaning you're off target. And so it was a misunderstanding. I just wasn't thinking about this situation correctly, about me correctly. And when we start correcting that we can live, all of us can live in paradise right here and right now.
yeah.
And all we need to do is ask for that. But if I'm thinking about people that are mad, or my past being bad or whatever, you're not in paradise. You're putting yourself in hell. And so it's all a matter of, in this present moment, for me to think about what I want. And this is this imagination of, I want paradise. So that actually, James, is a great word and thought to have
Yeah.
about when we're talking about our imagination of what do we want in the future, or what do I want now, is
Mhm.
I want to live in paradise.
Yeah. And Dr. Hank, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is no sickness on this planet that you can't eat your way to health through.
Absolutely.
There is no reason why you can't leave your body 100% healthy and whole. Just leave when you're bored with this planet.
Yeah. And I've been sick in years, and it's all a matter of, and I really didn't realize that. I've been saying that for the last a couple of weeks on that. Wow, I also didn't realize I haven't been sick in years. I haven't had a cold, I haven't had, whatever. And it's like, it's just unbelievable. And why is that? Because I only think about health. And I ask for it every day. And I ask to be healthier. And I call in Archangel Raphael, who is health. And I ask for not just physical health, but mental health and spiritual, which is my spirit health on my emotions, my feelings, my breath, as well as my physical health. And then you get healthier and healthier. It's all what you're talking to yourself about. What's your story? And as you both were talking there, Joey and James, I was thinking on paradise, and I experience like I do really every day all the time, but an example of paradise for me and what my future, and that as I look the mental picture of what my life is, what I want it to be now, and it happened on Saturday, and I flew down to see my grandchildren and do a few other things. And my 7-year-old, we were walking out of Walmart, and my 7-year-old came up and he grabbed my hand and held my hand. And we just started walking to the car together, hand in hand. It was the sweetest moment. And then I bought him Xbox or something game, and so we were we were playing it, and he beat me. I think it was like 101-3. I had 3, and I still couldn't figure out all those knobs. And then afterwards, we were both a little tired, if you will. We were done playing, and he comes up and he lays his head on my lap and lays next to me, and I just have my arm around him. I mean, so tender, so precious, so beautiful. These are the moments, and all that raises our vibration, that raises our point of attraction to everything that we want. Yeah, Stephen.
Beautiful, beautiful story. The one thing I was going to tell you that I forgot to say is I was actually playing tag with God this weekend, and it was absolutely amazing. That was the fun I was going to tell you. And by the way, I'm still it. I just want you to know. But how fun was that to play tag with God? And he got me good a couple of times. Doesn't matter how we were playing, but we were playing. And those are the fun. I haven't had that kind of experience with God for a long time, and
That's
amazing,
awesome.
Absolutely amazing. It just made my whole
amazing.
weekend. Yeah, it was
I
cool.
love that.
You know
I mean,
what?
that could.
You know what, Steve? God wrestled with Jacob, and God won.
Yeah, I know.
And I love that I'm it, and that tag. And see, it's all fun. That's what we're here for, is to enjoy the ride, to enjoy this journey. And we can under every circumstance. I just I met also with some of my friends that I've known since 3rd grade, and also some from high school, and so we were high school buddies, and we all met this weekend as well. And I had a picture in there because I was telling the happiest man in the world is a lot about the story of my life, like Joey was sharing about the story of his life, and I had a picture of them. A picture in there of all of us when we were in high school. We were all together, and we were like at the government for the high school. So we were laying on tables and stuff, little picture. So I gave him each a book, and I opened up the book, and I had forgotten that in the book it says, now my new story. See, my old story when I was, for most of my life, my old story was, oh, my dad brought me up and he was in a Hitler prison camp. So he, brought me up like Hitler because he loved me and wanted me to be really tough and, and all this nonsense. And so I have these stories, these terrible stories that I had. And I decided to change my story. And so I asked myself, and this is the imagination, I asked myself, like in the first 5 years of my life, what is the most wonderful thing that happened? Not the most awful thing where my dad left me up on a hill out of nowhere in Wisconsin on a dirt road, not knowing where how I'm gonna live or whatever, if he's gonna come back or that story I don't want to do. So I thought of a story of where my two brothers, who the old story was they punished me all the time. My new story is my two brothers and my dad and I went to the circus together. And at the circus, I'm just in awe watching the tigers and the elephants and my dad hands me this big pink thing. I have no idea what the hell it is. And he says, you can try some. And I take a bite of it, and it was cotton candy. Now that's a story that I remember because that story takes me and reminds me, yeah, I had cotton candy. I was feeling good with who were my three enemies I now love, and they're no longer my enemies. Yeah, so change your story. Change your story from last week even. What
Yeah.
what is the story? And we can all find the good in every part of our life, and then the better in the future using our imagination. Thoughts, comments?
Got one
Yeah.
more. Hey, huge music fan. I got a couple themes that always just make me feel better. Like when you're not feeling like, what can I do? Like, how about some
Yeah.
music? Um, Couple really good ones. Ben Harper, With My Two Hands. Even if you don't like Ben Harper, probably one of the best. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's
Okay.
fantastic. Yeah, give that a listen to sometime.
Okay. Thanks. I wrote it down. I will. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So other miracles going on? Other thoughts, comments? Oh, come on. Who has something good? Who has a question? Who has a comment? Come on.
Okay, I can share.
Are you gonna cry? I hope so. Cry and enjoy.
Probably. So, as Dr. Hank had mentioned, like I started cleaning for an agency, and it's cleaning for elderly. And I started that in the beginning of December. And on January 14th, I actually told my boss, like, I have to give this up. It's just, my calendar was just so full. And that same day, one of the clients that I cleaned for, it was the first time cleaning for him. He had called the company and said, I only want Michelle from now on. She does the best job. And so I felt bad and I was like, oh, fine, I'll stay. And even though like I wasn't, it was still just too much. I had my days were full every single day with multiple things. And I wasn't finding time for what I want to do, myself and my passion. And I let myself go on the back burner. Well, I had an ex boss call that cleaning company last week and make up a total lie. He said that I was posting pictures of the apartments that I clean online. And my boss even showed them like my Facebook, like, look, she did not do this because I'm friends with my boss there. And they wanted me to sign a letter stating that I never did that. And I could go ahead and write that letter, but instead I took it as my opportunity to write a resignation letter. Because like I was trying to get out of it already. And so I think it's funny because this ex-boss that did that to me at a totally different place, he was mad that
Yeah,
I quit the job
yeah,
that I was working for him.
right.
He thought he was hurting me. And in
Yeah.
the end, he did me a huge favor, like, and then
Yeah,
also like this, like you mentioned, where I had thought, because this agency only pays $13 an hour, like that's why
yeah,
they're not getting a good job, is because they can't afford to pay people to do it. So I was like, I wonder if there's a way that I could create something where we're paying people more money and we're vetting them and making sure that they're doing, and it was just kind of a fleeting thought like a month ago. And then my daughter
yeah.
had texted me the other day that she's so happy she's volunteering for Little Brothers. Last year she worked in a nursing home and she really loved the job and she missed the
Awesome.
working with the elderly, and so she's so excited. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she could be the person that could run this company, something that I never would have even known that this need existed had I
Hmm.
not taken this job back in December. So
Right.
I think it was Stephen that was saying something about um like, I don't know. To me, it's like it's all a sign. It's all like,
Yeah,
wow, this was all supposed to happen the way it
yeah,
happened,
yeah.
because then the idea came to me. That's why I say don't worry about the how. you
Right,
know
right.
and
Exactly.
I'm still not worrying about it. I mean, this idea could be like years away yet, or maybe not, who knows. Like,
Yeah,
I've never
yeah,
created a nonprofit before. I don't even know the first thing about it, but I just feel
yeah,
like everything will open up and fall into place the way it's supposed to happen.
yeah, yeah.
And
And you're absolutely right, and just love that. And the only little thing that you can get more momentum for it is every day to ask for what's the next step.
yeah, yeah.
What's the next step? Because you are the one that calls God. Okay, God doesn't just do it. So what happened there was, I want to quit my job. God came in and had you quit the job. You could have never figured out because of your old boss and called and made up this nonsense and blah blah blah. Could have never figured it out. All you need to do is ask. And when you have enough belief and faith in God, that when I use my imagination to think of the type of life that I want to start living now, God will make it happen in amazing ways. So don't
Mhm.
let, I don't know, a couple of years, stop that. That,
Yeah.
hey, this is what I love. This is what I want. I want to help the elderly. And I know someone that thought, by the way, when I was reading it in the newsletter, I know people that are very wealthy, and they help the elderly, and they truly help the elderly. That was their love, their passion. And with your passion also comes all the money. And
Mhm.
so it's like, oh my God, it doesn't matter what it is, cleaning houses, doing a nuclear submarine, whatever your thing is. And I literally have helped people with nuclear submarines build $1 billion house. And when the financial crisis happened in 2008, a guy said, hey, I got a passion to help with foreclosures. And so he got to be a real expert at it, and eventually Chase Bank, et cetera. They had so many foreclosures, they wanted to outsource it, and they outsourced it to his company, and he
Wow.
ended up being a billionaire.
Wow.
And this is how it happens. And again, the money just follows. Money again. Money is good. Money is beautiful. That this is a gift from God, and so all the money comes when you do your passion, and when you get a thought, and whatever thought that is, and this, especially when you feel good about it and you're fired up about it, that it will happen. Amen.
Amen. And when Stephen mentioned about playing tag with God, I wonder if that's what I've been doing. Angel numbers have just been showing themselves everywhere to me in the past 2 weeks, and I just feel like I'm so on the right path now, because my calendar is
Wow.
opening up to be able to do the things that I love, and
Yeah.
I just feel like it's confirmation all over the place that I'm
Yep.
making the
Yep.
right decisions.
And that's why, Shell, I've told you, dump everything you don't like, dump every job. Don't worry about the money.
Mhm.
It'll come. God knows what you need and will bring you everything that you need. But you be happy and see, there's nothing, it's all playing out for all of us. And we can sit in our pity party for the rest of our lives. It's going to work out. And the reason why it is the contrast, and we have experience that God goes to what the contrast bursts, what you do want, and God goes there. So the growth happens, the eternity happens, all of the goodness happens. But why don't you be happy? And the way for us to be happy is simply to, from the contra, what I don't want, say, what do I want? And that, what do I want? That becomes, that's where God is. And you are now, like you said, on the path. You're flowing, you're walking with God, where God is based on what you want, that you're in with what you want and not worried about, oh, where am I going to get the money, or where there's nothing to worry about. And when we really just give it up, and when we have the faith to know that we're so powerful and God is so powerful, the divine intelligence is so powerful, that all we have to do is ask. All we have to do is state what we desire. And it'll come in miraculous and amazing ways and as fast as you allow it. So if you say a couple of years, you got a couple of years. You say, hey, I'd like to do this now. I'd like to live this life now. Because again, most all of you that have this mental picture of what you want in your future, you actually have it now if you'll just allow it in. Amen. Believe that? Yeah. James. On. Yep.
Yep. Just a couple of things. Some miracles going on. The birds are chirping. So it
Cool.
is rather warm outside. There's a there's a blanket of snow in my backyard still, but most of
Wow.
the snow other places has melted, and it is a warm day. And we need to
Beautiful.
be more thankful and that about that, and that is a big miracle because we just
Yeah,
getting
beautiful.
over.
Love the birdies. Love the
Yeah,
birdies
love the
chirping and the
birdies. We're getting
snow out there. And yeah, it's
yep,
all beautiful.
yep.
And so everything that is beautiful.
So
So what I,
Dr. Hank, I was
yes.
wondering, just real quick, could you sit and talk to me for a spell about a thing or two afterward? Good time.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I can do that. We already have an appointment, but we can do it that, so that'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
So so with everybody that, again, I'd like you to really think about a picture of how you want your life to be now. And again, it's real easy. You're so used to the committee coming in and saying what you don't want. You can't say, oh, but I don't want, to be around this bad person. You'll be around bad people. Okay. Just focus on what kind of future you want. And I want to be happy. I want a long, happy, healthy, wealthy life. And what does that look like? And so that could be that helping the elderly and building this business. That could be having your teachings, having your knowledge to be shared with the world forevermore. That can be for you to have peace. I mean, that really is all we're after, is that peace. You can call peace in. And so I'd like you to think about what you desire now. And we're going to do a meditation, and then the divine is going to pray for you and what you have thought, asked for in your imagination. So with that, I ask you to just close your eyes now and get very comfortable. And know that your beautiful desires, your imagination, God's playground is flowing now. You're going to get more and more clarity of how you want your life to be now. And as we breathe in, breathing in the breath of God, Oh, and then just breathe out and breathe out any troubles, any worries, any concerns, anything that you don't like. Breathe out. It's gone. And breathing in the divine now into every thought, into your spirit, and every cell of your body. Breathing out and becoming so comfortable and so relaxed. The meek shall inherit the earth, and we are going to become meek now, in comfort and joy, in peace. And as you continue to breathe in deeply, and then with that breath, the breath of spirit, just releasing it and relaxing. Relaxing the top of your head, the crown of your head. And this is where you know. As you relax the crown of your head, it opens up and you have more clarity of the amazing, powerful imagination that you have with your thoughts that you can go to. And you will now have more clarity of what you want to be, do, and have now. Breathing in. And then just relaxing now your third eye and your forehead there in between your eyes is your third eye where you see and you start getting more and more clarity. The beautiful life that you now live. So wonderful, so peaceful. So you breathe in and relax your jaw and relax your neck. And in your neck is your throat chakra, that energy there. And this is where you speak. And speak your truth. Speak the vision of how the life, the ideal life that you want. And speaking it out loud, beautifully, seeing that ideal life coming into reality, into your experience now, and breathing in deeply. And breathe now out, and as you do, relax your lungs, and now relax your beautiful heart. And this chakra, the heart chakra, is where you love, and now love you, love your life, this ideal life. Just embrace. Love those thoughts of how you want your life to be now. And love rises above everything and makes all things good, all things wanted. As you open up your heart now and open it wide to where you love yourself and love the world. And then you'll see more and more love flow into you from the world and from others. And breathing in. And breathe out. And as you relax your chest, and then below your chest are your solar plexus, your beautiful solar plexus, where you do. And that this is where you can start seeing you actually living that ideal life now of you doing and just flowing with life. So happy, so joyous. Breathing in and breathe out. And as you breathe out, just below your belly button is an energy place of your sacral. This is where you feel, and God's communication to you flows here. And we ask now that we feel good, that the vision of our lives feels so good. We love living it now. And go down to your tailbone, your root chakra. And this is where I am. I am. And you are this divine being, so beautiful, so blessed, so all powerful. Your thoughts to guide the divine to anywhere and anything that you want, and now being guided to your ideal life. Breathing in. And just allow relaxation now to flow from the top of your head all the way down your body, down your hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, down your feet. So relaxed, so in love. And you are now it. And this comes from the divine. A prayer for expanding your imagination. Gather now a mental picture, divine one, of what you desire, and imagine it and continue to imagine it until it is written within your mind, within your heart. Imagine divine ideas and call them forth of your ideal life. Kindle the fire within you. Get that fire burning in you, that passion, that desire. Tap into the infinite reservoir within you now. Oh, to see that divine life of yours. Focus your imagination to mental purities, the wanted, knowing the happy endings that one day after the next, always happy, and the joyous solutions, and the clear path now as we each walk down the clear path, the lighted path, the brilliant path, the joyous path. The almighty power that sustains you and backs you is with you now. Expand that beautiful imagination, God's playground of the life that you hold of the highest, your kingdom, and how your kingdom prospers now. It is your vision, your inner faith, the infinite spirit within you now that leads and guides you in all ways. Know and believe now with deep conviction the God power within you answers your vision, the ideal life from this expanded imagination of yours now. Breathe in. The mental pictures to which you remain faithful are now being developed into your subconscious mind. God in action, and comes forth on the screen of your fate. Oh, in the experience of your glorious life now. It has been born. It is living and growing and thriving, this vision of your life, of your ideal life. It is here now with you. Imagine that you now possess all of these things that you want to be, do, and have, that you have longed for, are now yours. Imagine that you are not now doing what you long for. And it has all started. Make it real within your mind now. This beautiful vision of your prosperous kingdom, the prosperous you. How at peace you are now, with peaceful thoughts, peaceful spirit, and a peaceful body. Every cell, organ, and function in your body is now at peace. Feel the reality right now of living your imagination, and see how those desires of yours are here with you now. Believe this, know this to be yours now. And it is. Know that it is so, and it is. And we bless you, dear one. And we send you all of everything that you need now to create the life of your dreams. We thank you for being so courageous to signing up to this beautiful life, expanding all that is. And we thank you for being in joy now and seeing with our eyes this beautiful life, the beautiful you. Now everything in your past has taken you to this magical moment. We love you, we guide you, we support you. And you are now living your dream. And let this sink in, let this soak into your mind. Soak this into your spirit and your emotions, your feelings, your breath. And have your ideal life soak into your body. This ideal life is yours now. Praise the Lord. We give thanks. And we love living this dream life. And we expect out of the blue miracles to flow to us now, big happy surprises to flow to us in miraculous ways. We give such thanks. And this is now done. I invite you now back into your chairs, back into this world. And know that when you open up your eyes, it's a new world for you. It's the ideal world. It's what you've always dreamed of. It's here right now. It's in every thought. It's in every emotion. It's in every cell of your body now. That you have impregnated your subconscious mind with your ideal life. So hang on for the ride of your life. And we now go to one and open up our eyes and welcome. Woo! Oh.
Hey, Dr. Hank,
Hey, James.
I got something to tell you.
Okay.
Feel good. Like I knew that I would now. I'm so good. I'm so good.
So good.
I got it,
Yeah,
Dr.
baby.
Hank.
Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
Now you're getting it, baby. James has been on about the third time, and now he knows. Yeah. How you feeling? I feel good. Like I knew that I would. Yeah. And so, are you all ready to sing away on mute? And hold on, before we do that, anybody want to share the magic that happened to you just now?
I'll share real quick because I know you
Hey,
want to get going.
Carolyn.
Yes, so I am living my dream right now. I mean, I'm traveling, spending
Yep.
time with my babies, taking care of my parents, and different
Yeah.
things but I've been kind of in a struggle mentally, which I think is the committee telling me that, I should be doing this, I should be doing that.
Yeah.
And so I decided while we were going through that right then is that I need to just know that I'm right where I'm supposed to be right now
Yeah.
and just wait for the big happy surprises because
Yeah.
you
That's
know
right.
when I keep
Yeah.
going back, well, what do I really want? I think what I really want is to be retired and keep doing exactly what I'm doing.
Cool.
But
And we'll make it happen for you, that just say that and it'll happen. You don't have to, but if you worry about, the money's going to run out or whatever, then it will. And so it's like, I'm done with that. And that it's just going to flow to me. Yeah. The happier you are, the more you're going to get. Yeah. Beautiful, Carolyn. Happy. Yeah. And you're living your dream and just stay right there and just stay with living your dream. And have faith and it'll all be good. Yeah, so beautiful. There they are. Yeah, there those kiddos are. We like to laugh and have more fun.
We like
we like to laugh
laugh
and have more fun.
For we are the imaginative ones.
For we
we
are
are
the
the
imaginative
imaginative
ones.
Creating life is a fun game.
Creating life is a fun
game.
game.
Imagination is my middle name.
Imagination is my middle
name.
name.
Jovial makes me feel all right.
Jovial
Makes
makes
me
me
feel all right.
As we shine in the golden light.
As we shine in the golden light.
Sound off, living the magical life.
Sound
Sound
off,
off,
living the magical life.
life. sound off, living my ideal life.
Sound off, living my ideal life.
Right now. Yes.
Right
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh,
Right
yes,
now.
yes,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And Joe Fiel, I actually didn't mention Joe
Put that in your
Fiel. To expand your imagination, just call on Archangel Joe Fiel, and it illuminates your
Bro,
mind and will illuminate your imagination. And with that,
send it to me.
I love you all and know that you are now living your ideal life.